making his warm-up throws. Doc pitched his first Major League shutout in his last start, May 12th, beating the Baltimore Orioles 8-0. He faced the Brewers earlier this season in Milwaukee and was the winning pitcher with some help from Lindy McDaniel as the Yanks won 5-2. Medich went 5 1/3 innings, gave up 2 runs on 4 hits. Both runs were homers by Pedro Garcia, who is playing tonight, and by Bob Coluccio, who is not. Right now, Tim Johnson, the shortstop and a left-hand hitter, is ready to step in. And as the first pitch comes in, ready to step in with all the play-by-play action, here's Bill White.
All right, Franklin. Johnson in. He's been at bat 46 times, has 12 hits, bunts one. Medich takes his time, has it, throws the first, past Bloomberg. Johnson safe, he's trying for second. Horace Clark retrieves the ball, but there's no throw to second base as Johnson slides in there safely. So we're going to give George Medich an error on the ball. He threw it past Bloomberg. The ball went by the tarp. And by the time Horace Clark ran it down, Johnson was in safe at second.
Medich may not have noticed Johnson last night. He has excellent speed going down to first base, which we talked about. In fact, I think you put a footnote on that, Bill. That was sort of a Dodger trademark right there. The excellent speed he had. And when he got to the ball, saw how close Johnson was to first, he really threw it too hard for Bloomberg to handle.
Here's Money. He bunts in the air to Bloomberg, and Ronnie has it. Don Money tried to bunt to first base to get Johnson over to third, but he bunted up in the air, and Bloomberg one-handed it for out number 1. Johnson still at second base, and here's Dave May, the center fielder. May batting at .269. He has 10 home runs, 21 runs batted, and he's a left-handed hitter. Johnson leading from second. No score, top of the first, just underway from Yankee Stadium, the Yankees and the Milwaukee Brewers. Here's the pitch now to May. Too high a ball. Doc Medich so far this year, making his 7th start. He's pitched 40 and 2/3 innings. Walked 5, struck out 27. He's pitched 2 complete games in 7 starts. An ERA of 2.88. The 1-0 pitch to May. A breaking ball hit on the ground to Bloomberg. He's got it. And Ron will take it himself. He lifts a little bit to first base, so the leg is still bothering him, Frank Besser.
Very obviously left going over there. He took that ball deep in the bag, got a quick start coming back in, and he is favoring the leg just a bit.
Oh, there are 2 outs now on the play. Johnson went to third, and the batter is George Scott, the first baseman. George batting at .235. He has 4 home runs and 15 runs batted in. The Yankees play him straight away. Wind blowing in from right field, and very hard, as Frank Messer mentioned to you at the top of the show. On deck is John Briggs. Medich in the windup. Kicks and deals the first pitch to Scott. A breaking ball that's too low. Scott backs out. Medich ready again. The 1-0 pitch. Swung on. Hit on the right side. It's going to make the seats. Matty will lose after, but he can't get to it. It's about 6 rows back in there. So the count now even. A ball and a strike on George Scott. Tim Johnson down at third with 2 outs here in the top half of the first inning. No score. Now Medich goes off on the backside of the mound. Blows on the fingers. Must be a little nippy out there on the mound. Medich at 6'5". Gets a little cold up here. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Scott. Curveball, chopped to third, charged by Nettles. He's got it. Fires to first, and Scott is out number 3. So the Yankees get out of trouble. Scott bounces out 5-3, and for the Brewers in the first, no runs, no hits. There was 1 error and a man left on base. At the end of the half inning, the Brewers nothing, Yankees coming to bat.
We take a look now at Jim Colborn, who is making his 4th start of the year. He's also been in 6 games in relief with 1 save. Overall, he has won 3 and lost 1. He has 2 victories in relief, 1 as a starter, and an earned run average of 2.45. And Colburn picked up one of his wins against the Yankees in relief out in Milwaukee. He pitched 1 2/3 scoreless innings. Bill?
All right, Frank. Horace Clark is in, and Hoss takes 2 low balls. Clark batting at .272. No home runs, 10 runs batted in. No score in the bottom of the first. Lifetime, Colburn has won 1, and he's lost 1 against the Yankees. The right-hander kicks and deals. There's the strike, 1-1. Hank Morganwick umpiring behind the plate. Nestor Shylock at first, Jerry Newdecker at second, Larry McCoy at third. Fastball cut on by Clark and fouled back. 1-2.
Colburn is, Bella Bell is trying to come back from knee surgery. Had about half the cartilage taken out of his right knee after the season last year.
And he kicks. Fastball line, base hit left field. Horace Clark leading off here in the bottom of the first. Lines a single between the third baseman Money and the shortstop Johnson. So Clark on at first for Hulse. That's hit number 34. Here's Roy White, the left fielder. Hulse hits a lot better left-handed than right-handed. He's batting .324 left-handed and only .211 right-handed. Here's White. The pitch. Big bunt. Ball taken inside. 1 ball, no strike count. Roy batting at .246 with 1 home run, 7 runs batted in. A switch hitter. He's batting left-handed here against Colburn. White's hit in 11 of his last 13 ball games. Here's a stretch now by Colburn. The pitch. Inside, a hard slider, 2 balls, no strikes. During that span of 13 ball games, White's raised his batting average from 176 to 246. So he's gained 70 points. Clark leads. He's checked. 2-0 pitch to White. Chop, swing, and it's foul on the third base side. Roy got the bat out, tried to get it back, but not in time. The ball kicked foul. 2-1. Clark goes back to first and watches the third base coach Dick Hauser for signs. Ellie Howard coaches at first. Brewers back looking for 2 except for the third baseman and the first baseman. There's a throw to first. Scott grabs it, puts the tag on Clark, but not in time. Don Money enclosed at third. Clark is being held at first by Scott. The next pitch swung on, hit into shallow center field, and quickly Dave May, and he one-hands it. And chases Horace Clark back to first. Dave May, with a long run, caught up with that ball in short right center field. And we saw there the wind really bring that ball back in toward the infield.
That's typical of the way it's going to be tonight. I think the infielders, especially the second baseman, are going to have to be very alert on those fly balls to the outfield because that second baseman might be able to make some plays.
Throw the first. Clark is just back safe in time. Almost looked like he wanted to go then. Colburn made a quick flip over there, and they almost got Clark. Matty Lou is in. Matty batting at .284. Here's a stretch and the pitch. Pitch out. Nobody's going. 1 ball, no strike. Matty went hitless last night. He still got an RBI as he walked with the bases loaded. He's been in 24 games. He's been held hitless only 4 times. Another throw to first. Clark is back. Matty with 1 home run, 9 runs batted in. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Slow curves in there. Called strike, 1-1. A ball to strike with 1 out. Clark down at first. We're in the bottom of the first. No score. Jim Colburn comes set. Checks Clark. Throws a first. Clark dives back in there ahead of the throw. Colburn working quite a bit to first. Really watching Clark. Now the curveball is cut on and missed. A good slow curve by Colburn. And it's 1-2. That seems to be the pitch that gives Matty Lou more trouble than any other. The change-up curveball. He can really handle the fastball and the slider. Colburn sets. Throws a first. Clark back. Really watching the Hoss. So far this year, Hoss has stolen 3 bases. Takes his lead. Another throw there. Clark back. 1 ball, 2 strike count on Matty Lou as he backs out. Now he'll get back in. Outfield plays a Lou straight away and in shallow. The 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball, line to the second baseman Garcia. And that's the second out. Clark gets back safely at first. Oh, there are 2 outs now. As Matty Lou hit a little humpback liner to Pedro Garcia. Here's Bobby Mercer, the center fielder. Mercer batting at .303 with 6 home runs, 24 runs batted in. Prior to the ball game, he received the Sporting News Golden Glove for being one of the best outfielders in the majors. The breaking ball cut on, knocked down by Scott, the first baseman. He'll take it himself, and he beats Mercer to the bag for out number 3. So the Boomer Scott showing his quickness. Knocked that drive down and beat Mercer to the bag with the third out. So for the Yankees in the first, no runs on one hit, and they leave a base runner. At the end of one, Yankees nothing, Brewers nothing.
Baltimore-Cleveland game. They're now in the seventh inning. Baltimore leading 2-0 over Cleveland, and Hilgendorf has replaced Gaylord Perry on the mound for the Indians. This afternoon again, final scores in the National League. Cardinals beat the Cubs 6-4, and the Dodgers trimmed the Reds 3-1. Bill?
All right, Frank, here's John Briggs. Patterson's gift to the Major Leagues. Briggs from just across the river in Patterson, New Jersey. John, a left-handed batter, is batting at .245. He has 3 home runs and 10 runs batted in. Yankees play him to pull. Medich winds, kicks and deals, too low a ball. Nettles wide at third. Michael, the shortstop, over near second. Horace Clark straight away at second. And Ron Bloomberg deep behind the bag at first. White, Mercer, and Matty Lou deep in the outfield. The 1-0 pitch. Call strike, 1-1. It'll be John Briggs, Ollie Brown, the designated hitter, and then Darrell Porter, the left-handed hitting catcher for the Brewers here at the top of the second. Only one base hit in the ballgame. That by the Yankees. The next pitch, swung on, hit on the ground in second. Horace Clark has a big hop. Throws to Bloomberg, and Briggs is out. 1 away. Here's the designated hitter for the Brewers, Ollie Brown. Brown batting at .227. He has 1 home run and 5 runs batted in. No score here in the top half of the second inning. 1 out and nobody on for the Brewers. Darrell Porter, the catcher, moves into the on-deck circle. Medich is ready. Kicks and deals. The fastball is a called strike.
Ollie Brown has yet to play a single inning in the field for the Brewers. He's been used only as the designated hitter.
The 0-1 pitch side on him. Fastball is fouled straight back. And it's no balls, 2 strikes. And, Frank Messer, that Ollie Brown just may be the best outfielder on that Brewer team.
I was going to say, last year he came up with some excellent plays against the Yankees. I think he took a half a dozen base hits away from Sully Sanchez himself.
Quite easily did that. Next pitch is outside. It's 1-2 on Brown. He has a good arm. He has good range. And at one point, they felt that he was almost as good as Willie Mays when they were with the Giants together. Breaking ball just misses outside. It's 2-2 on Brown. Of the Yankee starters, Mel Stottlemyre has the best earned run average. He's at 2.73. Medich at 2.88. Fine at 3.63. Peterson 3.62. As Medich misses outside again to Brown, it's a full count. Sparky Lyle has the best ERA on the Yankee staff. It's 2.18 in 20 2/3 innings. Full count on Ollie Brown. Batting with 1 out and nobody on here in the top of the second. Here's the payoff pitch for Medich. This is outside ball 4. So Medich gives up his first walk and only his 6th in 7 appearances, and that ball evidently broke the webbing in Thurm Munson's glove. Munson over getting a new glove. It's a hard slider, low and away, just missed the outside corner. Munson trying to perform some repairs on his glove between home plate and the Yankee dugout. He throws the mask down. Yeah.
Needs it sewed up. He better get Medich.
Medich says he's not a veterinarian. You don't. That horse hide. What is the glove made of? What kind of hide? Cowhide.
Cowhide.
Cowhide, yeah.
I don't know. They say the baseball is going to be made out of cowhide pretty soon because they're running out of horsehide.
Nice.
In fact, see where Bowie Kuhn has said that this spring some cowhide balls were mixed in with the spring training, the regular balls used in exhibition games, and he said nobody could detect it. Nobody knew it.
All right. Ollie Brown down at first with 1 out with his lead, and Darrell Porter, a left-handed hitting catcher's in. Porter batting at 206. He has 2 home runs, 9 runs batted in. First pitch is in the dirt, gets past Munson, and Brown will go into second unmolested. He rounds second, takes a big turn, but he'll have to go back as Munson picks up the baseball. Give George Medich a wild pitch. And for Medich, that's his first wild pitch in his brief major league career. So Brown down at second now with 1 out. 1 ball count on Porter. Bedich comes set. Checks Brown. And the pitch. Breaking ball hit deep to right field. Matty Lou's over quickly on the track. He's under it. He's got it. Ollie Brown went halfway away, so he'll have to go back to second base. 2 outs. As Porter just missed the fastball. Joe Ballou over in the corner on the warning track to pull a net drive for the second out. And here's Gorman Thomas, the right fielder. Thomas batting at .230 with 1 home run, 5 runs batted in, and this young fella has a 9-game hitting streak. He must have come from nothing to .230, 9-game streak. Here's the stretch now, and the pitch to Thomas. Curveball chopped foul outside of third.
I think we'll find in that 9-game streak, there's only 1 game he had more than 1 base hit.
Well, if you're up 4 times a game, you get 1 hit. That's about 250.
That's 250.
He came from nothing at all. Here's the stretch now by Minnick. And the 0-1 pitch. Called strike 2, a high slider, letter high. No balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs. Ollie Brown down at second. No score, top of the second. The Yankees have the only figures on the board. They have the hit and they've also made an error. The Brewers, no runs, no hits, no errors so far. And the 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, struck him out. Oh, George Doc Minnick picks up his first strikeout of the ball game. And a big one. And for the Brewers here in the second, no runs, no hits. And there was 1 walk and a man left on base. In the middle of the second, Yankees nothing, Brewers nothing. Ron Blomberg steps in for the Yankees, leading off here in the bottom of the second. No score yet. The Boomer batting at .322. 2 home runs, 15 runs batted in. He swings at the first pitch from Colbert and misses it. Ronnie's only been up 59 times. He has 19 hits. 4 doubles, no triples. And those 19 hits have driven in 15 runs. The Boomers also stolen a couple of bases. Next pitch is chopped back to the mound past Colburn. The shortstop has it. Throws to first just in time. Tim Johnson with a quick throw. Just at Bloomberg by half a step. Oh, there's 1 away.
You know, Bloomberg wasn't slowed up just a bit by that right leg. He'd have beaten that play out. He is very fast going down to first base, and he is not at full speed tonight.
Here's Greg Nettles, the third baseman. Nettles batting an even .200. He has 5 home runs, 17 runs batted in. Nettles been up 105 times, 21 hits. 2 doubles, no triples. Bats left-handed. They play him to pull. Colburn's ready. The right-hander kicks and deals. Breaking ball, it's too low. No score here in the bottom of the second. 1 out and nobody on for the Yankees. On deck, Jim Ray Hart. Colburn looking in. Now he's ready. The pitch. Fastball hit in the air to left field. Briggs is there. Comes in a couple of steps, and he has it belt high. 2 outs. Nettles going to left field. Flies to John Briggs. Here's Jim Ray Hart, the Yankees' designated hitter. Hart batting at .314. No home runs, 8 runs batted in. Picked up his 8th run batted in last night as Briggs kind of misjudged his liner out to left, played it into a double. Hart bats right-handed. Colburn's ready. Kicks and deals. Breaking balls, hit foul back to the screen. Jim Ray Hart's been up 51 times. He has 16 hits, 4 doubles. No triples, no home runs. 8 runs batted in. He's still bothered by a bad left knee. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball, chopped to third. Money, one has it. Fires to first. Hart's out. Well, that's it for the Yankees. In the second inning, 3 up and 3 down. At the end of 2, Yankees nothing, Brewers nothing. Right here, the score is tied 0-0. Or there is no score, actually. And here's Pedro Garcia leading off against George Medich in the top of the third. Garcia, right-handed batter, batting at .260. Takes inside a ball. He has 5 home runs and 14 runs batted in. And the Milwaukee people are claiming that this is one of the best-looking rookies in the American League. The 1-0 pitch. Swung on, driven to right center field. Mercer's after it. It's going to make the gap. It'll go all the way to the wall. Garcia around first. He's around second. Mercer bobbles the ball. Now the throw in. Garcia will be held at third. as Horace Clark makes a relay to Thurm Munson. So Pedro Garcia, finding the gap between Mercer and Matty Lou, drove that ball all the way to the 407-foot sign in right center field and pulled up at third with a triple. So once again now, George Medich working on a bit of trouble. That's the first base hit for the Brewers. And here's Tim Johnson, the left-handed hitting shortstop. He got on Medich's error in the first inning, as Medich took his time on a bunt by Johnson and then threw it past Ron Blomberg. Johnson ended up at second, but Medich pitched his way out of trouble, and the Brewers did not score in that first inning. The Yankees now with the infield in. Nettles, Michael, Clark, and Blomberg. And Medich is going to wind. The pitch, too low a ball, knocked down by Munson. Johnson has no home runs, but he's driven in 4 runs. Brewers threatening to get on the scoreboard first here in the top of the third. Garcia leads down from third. The pitch inside, ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Yankee outfield straight away for Johnson. And Roy White in close and left. So is Mercer in center and Matty Lou in right. Here's the 2-0 pitch to Johnson. Called strike on the outside corner, 1-2. 2 balls and 1 strike. So Medich now trying to catch up. Still behind in the count to Tim Johnson. He's winding. And the 2-1 pitch. Swung on, chopped right back to Medich. He looks Garcia back to third, throws to first, and they've got Johnson there, 1 away. So Medich enticed Johnson to bounce back to him. And George looked to third. Garcia went back there. Then he tossed to Blomberg at first for the first out. Here's Don Money, the third baseman. With Johnson on at second base as a result of Medich throwing the ball away, Money tried to move him over back in the first inning by bunting. He bunted too hard and got it up in the air, and Blomberg got it. So Money's 0 for 1. Don with 2 home runs, 10 runs batted in. He's batting at 182. Yankee infield still in. Slider swung at and missed. No balls and a strike. Only this time, Michael is playing Money to pull. He's almost shaking hands with his third baseman, Greg Nettles. So there's a lot of room up the middle for Money. Medich winds. And the 0-1 pitch. Slider misses. Outside, it's 1-1. Pedro Garcia, who tripled, is at third base with 1 out here in the top half of the third inning. And Doc Medich trying to operate out of trouble here. He looks in, kicks and deals a 1-1 pitch. Swung on, foul straight back. Good catch, Bill. Good catch. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Oh, you couldn't miss that one. A ball, 2 strikes on Don Money. 1 out here in the top of the third. Medich trying to cut this run or keep it from scoring. The pitch. Oh, just low below the knee. It's 2-2.
I could have missed it.
Well, I tell you, you can't afford to miss them up here. There's a lot of pressure on you behind you there. 2 ball, 2 strike count on Money. And the pitch misses outside. It's a full count. Medich working under a bit of heat here. He's got a runner at third and only 1 out. And he's got a full count on the right-handed hitting Don Money. Doc's ready. Over the head. The payoff pitch. Misses outside. Lost him. So Money will go to first. Garcia still at third. And here's a toughie. Left-handed hitting Dave May, the center fielder. May bounced to Blomberg his first time up, so he's 0 for 1. He's batting .267. He has 10 home runs, and he's driven in 21 runs. Now the Yankees will move the infield back. They're looking for 2, except for the third baseman Nettles, who plays even with the bag, and Ron Blomberg, who's got to hold Money there at first. Medich stretches. Here's the pitch to May. Outside a ball. Say, those Brewers very alert on the bases now. They know that Munson has a quick arm. He's got a quick release. He's a quick gun behind the plate.
Ollie Brown found that out last night down at third base.
Yep. Here's the 1-0 pitch now to May. Swung on and missed. 1-1. And Garcia doesn't even take a big lead to many stretches, and as soon as the ball gets by the batter, he really hustles back to third base. Brown will probably put a little fine on these guys if they get cut off again.
Now, they talked about it.
Here's a stretch now by Minich. The 1-1 pitch. Cut on, fouled off on the left side, out of play. The count's a ball and 2 strikes on Dave May. Runners at first and third, only 1 out here in the top of the third. No score. Minich looking in. Hides the ball on his right hip. Now he comes up. Comes set. And the 1-2 pitch. Fastball, loop to left field. That's going to be a base hit. Garcia's going to score. And Money will hold at second. The Brewers lead 1-0. So Dave May got sort of jammed with a pitch. Looped it over Gene Michaels' head out into short left field. Garcia scored easily. Money held at second. May on at first. And for Dave May, that's RBI number 22. The batter now, George Scott, the first baseman. Brewers ahead 1-0. Scott's 0 for 1. Bounced to Nels at third. Money at second, May at first, 1 away here in the third. Minich stretching. The pitch. Swung on, fouled straight back. And one thing, Boomer doesn't get cheated. George Scott really rips that back. He gets his 3 cuts in. Yankees with the infield back looking for 2 here. Nettles wide at third. Minich looking. Now he's ready. The pitch. Breaking ball's too high. 1-1. George is not as sharp as he has been in his previous starts. He's pitching even and behind the batter, so they're getting good rips at him. But so far, he's only given up the 1 run on 2 hits. Now he's ready. The pitch to Scott. Breaking ball is fouled off in the upper deck on the right side. It's 1-2. George Scott gets set at the plate. He's way down on the end of the bat. Minich looks at him. Now he checks the runner at second, Don Money. The 1-2 pitch. Fastball popped up on the first base side. Ron Bloomberg moves over into foul territory. He's under it, and he's got it. 2 outs. Minich challenged Scott with a good fastball, and George, normally a good fastball hitter, popped it to Bloomberg in foul territory on the right side. So there are 2 outs. Money still at second, May still at first, and here's John Briggs, the left-handed hitting the left fielder. Briggs bounced to Clark his first time up, so he's 0 for 1. John batting at .243. Solid all-around high school star in Patterson, New Jersey. Takes a strike. Brewers 1, Yankees nothing. Top of the third, 2 outs, 2 on. They play Briggs to pull. John hits from a slightly closed stance. It's a good high fastball hitter. And the 0-1 pitch. Too low, 1-1. On deck is Ollie Brown. The Yankees knocked the Brewers out of first place by beating them last night. Dropped them into second. The combination of wins and losses could put the Yankees in first after tonight. Briggs takes outside. It's 2-1. Of course, the Yankees will have to win. And the Red Sox will have to beat the Detroit Tigers. And that game in Detroit hasn't started yet, but Baltimore leads Cleveland 4-0. They're in the 9th inning in Cleveland. Here's a stretch now by Minich. The 2-1 pitch to Briggs. Cut on, chops to first base. Bloomberg has it, and he tosses to Minich covering, and they just snip Briggs hustling down the line. So for the Brewers in the 3rd inning, 1 run on 1 hit. On 2 hits. And at the end, or in the middle of the 3rd inning, the Brewers won, the Yankees nothing.
Mention home.
The first Sunday in June will be Bat Day here at Yankee Stadium, when an official Little League bat will be given to all the youngsters 14 and under, accompanied by adults. That'll be Sunday, June 3rd, against the California Angels. Bat Day here at Yankee Stadium. Well, the Yankees trailing 1-0 as we go to the bottom half of the third, and Thurman Munson set to lead things off.
All right, Franklin. Munson had a great night last night. Drove in 4 runs on a single, a double, and a home run. He takes down low from Colbert. Munson now batting at .325. He has 3 home runs and 15 runs batted in. So 4 runs batted in, Munson got last night, tied his major league high for one ball game. Thurman's been swinging the bat well. He's way off the plate. Takes a breaking ball. It's a called strike, 1-1. Brewers ahead, 1-0. Bottom of the third, it'll be Munson, Michael, and Clark for the Yankees. Trying to do something about that 1-run deficit. They play Thurman straight away. Colbert kicks and deals. Fastball on the outside corner. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Colbert taking a lot of time. Now he's ready. The pitch. Fastball popped in foul territory over there in the Yankee dugout. George Scott's over there, and he one-hands it, but then loses it as he falls into the dugout. And Scott, of course, after he fell in the dugout, is helped out by the Yankees. He gets a good hand. So George Scott really hustling, trying to pick up that popper off the bat of third. Munson fell into the Yankee dugout. The Yankees pushed him back out of there.
Took all right to Ralph Houk's lap there, didn't he? Here's the final score, Bill. Baltimore has defeated Cleveland 4-1. Jim Palmer pitched a 3-hitter to get his 4th win of the year. He is 4-2, and Gaylord Perry was the loser, 5-5. Baltimore 4, Cleveland 1. Final score.
All right, Frank, count here. 1 ball, 2 strikes on third. Munson leading off with the Yankees in the bottom of the third. Munson has new life now. And the pitch. Breaking ball, chopped back to the pitcher, Colbert. He one-hands it. Little toss to Scott at first, and there's one away. And here's the stick. Gene Michael, the shortstop. Stick batting at .269 with the home run, 11 runs batted. And a switch hitter, he bats left-handed against Colbert. Money, the third baseman, comes in close to take the bunt away from Michael. And the fastball is in too tight. It's a ball. As a left-handed batter, Stick bats at .226. He's a far better batter right-hander. He's batting at .325 right-handed. Lines this one down the right field line. Base hit. Might be wrecked the bases. Up against the wall. Michael around first. He'll go into second with a double. Hey, that Corbin Fowler showed a fine arm then. He threw the ball on the line all the way from that corner in right field to his second shortstop, Johnson. And Michael, who had eased up and might have got tagged there going into second.
I think that throw surprised him just a little bit. It did me. That was a fine throw.
For Michael, that's his 4th double of the year. So he's on at second with 1 out. And the batter's Horace Clark. So only hit number 2 for the Yankees off Colbert. The Yankees trying to tie this ball game up here in the bottom of the third. Clark single left field his first time up. Takes the slider on the inside corner. It's a called strike. Michael checks the outfielders as he leads from second. Now he's checked by the pitcher, Colbert. Next pitch to Clark is chopped down to second base. Garcia has it. Throws on to first, and Clark is out. On the play, Michael goes to third. 2 away. And here's Roy White. White fly to center his first time up into a short right center. Dave May ran it down. So he's 0 for 1. Takes inside a ball. White batting at .244. He has 1 home run, 7 runs batted in. Roy bats .215 left-handed and just under .280 right-handed. Slow curve's a called strike, 1-1. Matty Lou on deck. Brewers ahead 1-0 in the bottom of the third. 2 outs. Gene Michael with a short lead off third. Colbert looks at him. Now he winds. And the pitch. Breaking ball is too low. It's 2-1. Outfield plays White to pull with a gap in left center field. Also, there's a gap down the left field line. And the 2-1 pitch. Swung on, Luke to left field. Breaks in quickly. He has room, and he's got it. Roy White looped that ball down the left field line. John Bray's got a good jump. And the Brewers left fielder caught up with it shoulder high for out number 3. For the Yankees in the third, no runs on 1 hit. And they leave a base runner. At the end of 3, the Brewers won, the Yankees nothing.
Basement Incorporated.
Well, it's a very tight ball game. Only 5 base hits in the game. The Yankees have 3. The Brewers have 1. But the Brewers have had a little more opportune hitting than the Yankees. As they got their run, they cashed in on a triple by Pedro Garcia up the alley in right center field. And a later single by Dave May, which drove the run in. So the Brewers are leading 1-0, and we go to the top half of the 5th inning.
All right, Frank, and Tim Johnson, the leadoff hitter, will step in for the Brewers. Johnson's 0 for 2, got on an error by Medich in the first, and he's bounced back to George. Takes the first pitch inside.
Bill, I just noticed that Boston-Detroit game is still scoreless. They're in the bottom half of the 2nd inning. For those who didn't hear, Baltimore defeated Cleveland 4-1. The Mets have been postponed in Montreal.
The 1-0 pitch. Swung on, chopped to short. Michael comes up, fires to first. Johnson's out. 1 away. Here's Don Money, the third baseman. Brewers ahead 1-0. 1 out, nobody on. Top of the 5th. Money is 0 for 1. Tried to bunt Johnson to third in the first and popped the bunt to Bloomberg. He's also walked. They play him to full in the infield. That's right in. Breaking ball, top to third. Nettles with a short hop. Comes up, throws the first, 2 out. 2 up, 2 down. Here's Dave May, the center fielder. May 1 for 2. He's driven in the only run of the ball game. He drove in Pedro Garcia, who led off the third by tripling. Drove him in by swinging to left field back in the 3rd inning. Dave May's in, bats left-handed. 10 home runs, 22 runs batted in now on the air. Takes a fastball on the inside corner to call strike. Yankees play May to full. Stella's hurt Yankee pitching over the years. Medich over the head. The next pitch. Down the dirt, gets past Munson. It's 1-1. Nettles wide at third. Way wide at third. Outfield swung around toward the right side. And the pitch. Swung on and missed. It's a ball and 2 strikes. May got a good rip. May, for an outfielder, is fairly chunky. He has big legs. Those outfielders are built like gazelles. Here's the 1-2 pitch now. Taken down low, ball 2, 2-2. But he's an excellent center fielder. He covers a lot of ground. Brewers picked him up from Baltimore. So Baltimore has a pretty good center fielder. Oh, he's not playing. It's Paul Blair. They're using Rich Coggins now in center. The Orioles are. Now time is called as Medich went through 3 different signs with Munson. Now we're ready. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Dave May. Swung on, hit foul over the Brewer dugout, and it'll be out of play.
Well, Dave May figured the Orioles did him a favor when they traded him. He said he'd rather be playing every day for a last place club than not be playing for a team that had a chance to pick up the World Series money. He said in the long run, he had enough confidence in himself that he'd make it up in salary. Of course, last year he didn't have a good year. This year he is off to a great start.
He's already hit more home runs this year than he hit all last year. Changed curve is bounced foul to the first base coach, Jim Walton. Well, the Red Sox, Frank, did not score in their half of the 3rd inning. Their ball game up at Tiger Stadium in Detroit, so the score is still 0-0 with the Tigers batting in the bottom of the 3rd. Right here, the score is 1-0 Brewers. In the fifth, ball chopped to first base, past Bloomberg, base hit. Chopped to the right of Bloomberg, no chance at all for running. And Dave May is on at first with his second hit of the ball game. May at first, here's George Scott, the first baseman. 2 men out. Scott's 0 for 2. He's bounced to Nettles at third and fouled out to Bloomberg at first. How many bases May stolen? Only one this year. Brewers haven't tried to steal too many bases, although everybody in the lineup has at least one except Johnson, who seems to be the best runner on the ball club.
He hasn't been there too long, but that is surprising. He's got good speed.
Yep. Throw the first. May is back. Gorman Thomas, the right fielder, has stolen 4 bases. Briggs 2. Everybody else has stolen 1. Now the stretch by Minich. The pitcher goes a runner, a breaking ball is hit foul on the right side. Will be back in the seats. Oh, the Brewers leading 1-0, still playing aggressive baseball. They're trying to get more runs on the board. Scott and May playing a little hit and run. Count 1 strike on George Scott.
You know, Bill, the Brewers come up with a lot of power this year. They've got 32 home runs on this ball club. I think that's about third best in the American League.
Yeah, one guy that's surprised is that little second baseman Garcia, who isn't that big, and he has 5 home runs already this year. Of course, May has already hit 10. The next pitch to Scott moves him back. It's 1-1. Of course, they have a pretty good park to hit home runs in. It's a fair park, and if you hit it good, it'll go out any place there. Milwaukee County Stadium. Now the stretch by Minich. Takes a long look over first. The pitch is a pitch out. It's 2 balls and a strike to Scott. May was not running. Two outs. Dave May at first. The Brewers ahead 1-0 here in the top of the fifth. May with the lead. He's checked by Minich. The 2-1 pitch to Scott. Swung on, line drive. Horace Clark knocks it down. He gets up, throws the first. Not in time. Horace Clark with a great play. Dove to his left, knocked the ball down, scrambled out in short right center, threw the ball to Ron Bloomberg just in the dirt, but Scott had it beaten anyway. But it was hit foul on the right side. Will be back in the seats. So the Brewers leading 1-0, still playing aggressive baseball. They're trying to get more runs on the board. Scott and May playing a little hit and run. Count 1 strike on George Scott.
You know, Bill, the Brewers come up with a lot of power this year. They've got 32 home runs on this ball club. I think that's about third best in the American League.
Yeah, one guy that's surprised is that little second baseman Garcia, who isn't that big, and he has 5 home runs already this year. Of course, May has already hit 10. The next pitch to Scott moves him back. It's 1-1. Of course, they have a pretty good park to hit home runs in. It's a fair park, and if you hit it good, it'll go out any place there. Milwaukee County Stadium. Now the stretch by Minich. Takes a long look over first. The pitch is a pitch out. It's 2 balls and a strike to Scott. May was not running. 2 outs. Dave May at first. The Brewers ahead 1-0 here in the top of the fifth. May with the lead. He's checked by Minich. The 2-1 pitch to Scott. Swung on, line drive. Horace Clark knocks it down. He gets up, throws the first. Not in time. Horace Clark with a great play. Dove to his left, knocked the ball down, scrambled out in short right center, threw the ball to Ron Bloomberg just in the dirt. But Scott had it beaten anyway. But a good play by Hoss. Good scrambling. May stopped at second. Scott on at first with an infield hit. 2 away, and here's John Briggs, the left fielder. These Brewers really scrambling. So are the Yankees. Briggs is 0 for 2. He's bounced to second and bounced to first. May with a short lead from second. Scott with a big lead from first. Bloomberg's playing Briggs deep behind the bag. The breaking ball is tipped to third base. Nettles up, throws to first. They've got Briggs there. Briggs with a half swing just tapped that ball down the third base line. Nettles took his time and gunned him down for out number 3. So for the Brewers in the 5th, no runs on 2 hits, and they leave 2 men stranded. In the middle of the 5th, the Brewers won, and the Yankees nothing.
Correct, New Car Loan. Enjoy complete personalized financial services with the folks who want to be your banker. Boston Spa National Bank, member FDIC.
And the Brewers have had 1-0. Jim Ray Hart's going to try to get the Yankees started, and here behind the mic, my good buddy Frank Messer.
Okay, Bill White, thank you very much. Jim Ray grounded out to third base his first time. A big, strong right-hand hitter. And he swings on a curve, ground ball left side, slowed down by the third baseman, Money, but no play. Money to his left, got his glove to it, slowed it down, but could not come up with it, and that will be a base hit for Jim Ray Hart. Well, the Yankees get the leadoff man aboard, and Thurman Munson will step in. Thurman slapped one back to the pitcher. Colborn, his first time up. The Yankees now have 4 hits in the ballgame off the right-hander. And Scott's going to hold him on down at first base. Thurman Munson takes a long look down at Coach Dick Hauser to see if there are any special instructions from the bench. Hart does not have too much speed. Bad left knee. That has slowed him down quite a bit. The short stretch by Colburn, the pitch to Munson. Swung on, hit in the air to shallow left field. Down the line for it goes to third baseman Money. Also the shortstop, and Money makes the catch. A step in foul territory. Johnson, after that ball, almost ran into Money, but the third baseman stayed with it and pulled it in just a step in foul ground. Here comes Gene Michael. Colburn working on the left-hand hitters with a pitch inside, and Michael got a hold of one and pulled it down the right field line for a double his first time up. Jim Ray Hart at first base, and Scott's not going to hold the runner now. He's going to play behind the runner against the left-hand hitting Michael, who takes inside at the knees, ball 1. Milwaukee leading in the ballgame 1-0. Pitcher's duel between the 2 young right-handers, Colborn and Medich. The third baseman, Money in shallow. Here's the pitch to Michael on the outside corner this time for a strike, and it's 1-1. Michael looking again down at Dick Hauser. Last night, with Munson on at first base and Michael the batter, they put on a hit and run. Michael lines this ball to left field, but coming on for it is Briggs, and he's got it. I'm going to say last night with Michael up there and Munson at first, they put on the hit and run, and Michael got a base hit to right field, and Munson scored all the way from first base on it. All right, 2 down. Hart back in at first base, and Horace Clark will step in. Moss is 1 for 2, opened the ball game with a single to left field. Then he grounded out to second base. 2 outs. Hart short lead at first. Briggs behind the, or rather Scott behind the runner, and the pitch is high, ball 1. Briggs is shallow in left field. The center fielder May is straight away, and Thomas is straight away and right. Short stretch by Colborn. The kick and the pitch. Swung on and popped up on the right side of the infield. Calling for it is Scott, the first baseman. He comes in toward the mound, makes the catch, and the side is retired. No runs, a leadoff single by Jim Ray Hart, and he is left on at first base. At the end of 5, the score, Milwaukee 1, the Yankees nothing.
County's only Honda dealer.
Looking at the scoreboard, Baltimore beat Cleveland 4-1. Palmer over Perry. Boston and Detroit, no score after 3. And Kansas City and the Texas Rangers down in Texas, no score after 1. This afternoon, the Cardinals beat the Cubs 6-4. The Dodgers beat the Reds 3-1. And Pittsburgh leads Philadelphia 2-1 after 2 innings of play. Carlton against Moose. Atlanta didn't score in their half the first inning. Their ball game in Houston. Houston batting in the bottom of the first. All right, Frank.
Bobby Brown's going to lead it off, Bill, here in the 6th inning. He has walked and flied to right. He is the designated hitter. Tall, slender right-hand batter right down on the end of the bat. Medich has the sign, starts the windup, and here's the pitch. Breaking ball on the outside corner, strike 1. Just mentioned Kansas City. I see where they withdrew their protest of Nolan Ryan's no-hitter.
What was the protest for in the first place?
They were protesting he was not keeping his right foot in contact with the pitching slam. This ball is in the air to deep right center field. Mercer over there. So is Matty Alou. Who is it? Mercer is going to make the catch as Alou fades behind him at the last second. Ollie Brown retired on a fly ball to Mercer in fairly deep right center field. They said that he was getting walking start toward home plate. Actually, he was warned by plate umpire Jimmy Evans once for maybe taking his foot off the slab too soon. But they withdrew it. Darrell Porter, the batter, he has fly to right and walked. Left-hand hitter, and pitch is low inside to him. One ball and no strikes. One out, the base is empty. They play him around to the right side with Nettles wide and close at third. This one is line drive foul outside of first. 1 ball and 1 strike to Darrell Porter. Youngster's hitting .203. When you think about Nolan Ryan's no-hitter, think about that tartan turf field there at Kansas City. It makes it even more remarkable, really. One of those balls didn't take one of those rabbit hops past somebody. 1-1 pitch. Slow curve down low. Had him fooled on the pitch and off stride, but missed the strike zone with it. 2 balls and a strike. Gorman Thomas is on deck. Brewers lead 1-0. We're in the top of the 6th inning at Yankee Stadium. Full wind up in the pitch. Fastball is low. 3-1. Base is empty. 1 away. Medic accepts the sign. Right-hander deals. Pitches hit deep to right field, but foul. Way back in the seats, foul. He got around on that one. Really ripped into it. Full count now, 3-2. Wind up by Medic, 3-2 pitch. Foul back to the upper deck. This is the New York Yankee Baseball Network. We pause for station identification.
Hope you're enjoying the game. This is Bill Edwardson, the host of Breakfast with Bill. In the morning we have music, we have comedy on the Grub Club, we have Dave Smith on sports. The only thing we lack is you. Where have you been? Join us in the morning on WQBK FM, Rensselaer.
3-2 pitch now to Darrell Porter is inside, ball 4. Porter walks for the second time. And that is the 4th walk given up by Medic. He had walked only 5 men all year in 41 prior innings. Doc has walked 4 tonight and struck out 2. So the Brewers have a man on with 1 gone, and here comes Gorman Thomas. He has struck out twice, once swinging and once looking. Pitch to him is low, ball 1. Brewers show 1 run, 4 hits. The Yankees no runs on 4. Bloomberg holding. Porter on at first base. Infield shaded a bit to the left side and double play depth. The set and the pitch. Cut on. Sharp grounded at third. Nettles is up. Goes to Clark out at second. Back to first. Double play. And the side is retired. A snappy 5-4-3 double play. The Yankees first in the ball game. And for the Brewers, no runs, no hits, no errors. And with the DP, nobody left. At the end of the top of the 6th inning, it's Milwaukee 1 and the Yankees nothing.
As the gasoline shortage becomes more and more acute, most of us will have to do something about burning less gas while still getting around where we have to go. The bigger and heavier your automobile, the more gas it uses. So the obvious answer is a smaller car that still has most of the big car luxury features. Saab 99 will give you 24 to 27 miles to a gallon of gas. It's a quality-built automobile, made in Sweden by small groups of 3 and 4 people who are involved and care what kind of car they build. Roll cage construction with front-wheel drive, rack and pinion steering, power-assisted 4-wheel disc brakes, quality and economy all in one. And do you know who the biggest Saab dealer is? Oldest and largest Saab dealer in the area? Largest Saab dealer in upstate New York? Fred Carl's New Salem Garage. That's right. And Fred Carl maintains a complete parts and service department as well as a large inventory of new cars. If you're looking for a way to beat the gas shortage and still drive a quality automobile, test drive a Saab at New Salem Garage, Route 85, New Salem, New York.
Quick reminder that Bat Day will be held here at Yankee Stadium on Sunday, June 3rd. The Yankees will be playing the California Angels, and Bat will be given to every youngster 14 and under, accompanied by an adult, absolutely free of charge. We have the pitchers from the Chicago and Minnesota game. Wilbur Wood will go for the White Sox, and Dick Woodson for the Minnesota Twins. Wood and Woodson. Roy White leads off the home half of the sixth. Pitches outside to Roy, ball one. White has fly to center and fly to left. He's batting .242. Matty Alou is on deck, and then Bobby Mercer, the heart of the batting order. This pitch is cut on and fouled off his foot. Ball rolled back out toward the mound in fair territory, but it was off his foot. 1-1. Still no score in that Boston-Detroit game. Baltimore whipped Cleveland 4-1. And Kansas City and Texas scoreless in the second. Wind up 1-1 pitch. Curveball is swung on and missed. Very big jug handle curve, and it's a ball and 2 strikes to Roy White. Mets were postponed at Montreal because of rain, snow, and a little bit of everything. Now the 1-2 pitch. Outside, 2-2. Mentioned earlier, some folks came down from Syracuse. They said it was really snowing there when they left. That's unbelievable. For the 17th of May. 2-2 deal to White. Fastball bounced slowly down the first base side. Scooped up by Scott. He'll take it unassisted as he tags White. George Scott tags White. 1 down. The batter will be Matty Alou. Matty hit the ball well in the first inning, but a line drive right at Garcia, the second baseman. They popped up to the catcher in foul ground in the fourth. 0 for 2. Matty Alou is hitting .278. I'll tell you, that wind is really beginning to whip out here in the stadium now. Coming in from right field. First pitch to Matty. High, ball 1. Baseball's going to do some funny things if you get it up in the air. 1-0 pitch. Slow curve is in for a strike, and it's 1-1.
This Colburn has shown a lot of pitches, and he's always been around the plate with him. The good hard slider, the fastball, and the good slow curve.
1-1 pitch. There's the fastball. It's down low. 2 balls and 1 strike. This is his 4th start. He started out as a relief pitcher. Relieved 6 times, including once against the Yankees, and picked up a win. Now it's 2-1 pitch. There's that slow curve line to right field. Coming hard for it is Thomas, and he's got it. Gorman Thomas coming in to make a belt-high catch on Matty Alou's line drive to right. So again, Alou hits the ball well, but right at somebody. 2 down. And Bobby Mercer, the batter. Mercer grounded out to Scott to end the first inning. Then lined a triple off the wall in the right field corner in the fourth. Thomas raced over, tried to make the catch on Mercer's triple. The ball hit the wall and bounced way back past Thomas. By the time he chased it down, Bobby was coasting into third base. Mercer now hitting .306. Wind up by Colburn, and the pitch to him. Swung on, hit in the air to deep left center field. But moving over there is Briggs, and he makes the catch to retire the side. The Yankees go down 1-2-3, nothing across. At the end of 6 innings, it's Milwaukee 1 and New York nothing.
From the scoreboard once again, in a ball game being played in Cleveland, Baltimore 4, the Indians nothing. Cleveland getting their, Baltimore, and then Cleveland finally picked up a run. So the final now, Baltimore 4, Cleveland 1. The Indians got a run in the bottom of the ninth. The winning pitcher, Jim Palmer, he's won 4 and lost 2. The loser, Gaylord Perry. Perry's now 5 and 5. Final once again, Baltimore 4, the Cleveland Indians 1. Up in Boston, there's no score between the Tigers and the Red Sox after 4 innings of play. Curtis against Jim Perry. Kansas City 2, Texas nothing, with Texas batting in the bottom half of the second inning. The pitchers for Chicago, Minnesota have been named. Wood for the White Sox, and Woodson for the Minnesota Twins. This afternoon, St. Louis beat Chicago 6-4. LA beat Cincinnati 3-1. And Pittsburgh leads Philadelphia 2-1 after 3. Atlanta, Houston, no score after 1. And the Mets game in Montreal postponed because of cold weather. Now, right here, the Brewers Jim Colburn so far has stymied the Yankees. Yankees did a lot of hitting yesterday, Frank, and won 11-4, but this fella, Colburn, evidently has something on the ball. He's gotten them out, and the Yankees haven't threatened too much. You know, seems to have excellent control. He's throwing the fastball and getting the inside corner. He has the hard slider that gets the inside corner. And every once in a while he goes outside to keep the Yankee batters off balance. But, you know, as you mentioned, this is only his fourth start. He had been a relief pitcher, so you might think as you get into later innings that he might tire just a bit. We'll have to see.
Okay, George Medich is ready to work to Pedro Garcia. Garcia scored the only run in this ball game. He led off the third with a triple and scored on Dave May's base hit to left. Curve drops low and outside to him for ball one. Medich looks down to Munson. Works quickly now. Fastball has the plate but low. Ball 2-0. Munson goes a few steps out in front of the plate, flips the ball back to the pitcher. Greg Nuttall smoothing the ground down at third base. Michael is in the hole against the right-hand swinging Garcia. Clark shades him over towards second. And Nettles is in shallow. Here's a pitch that's cut on and popped up on the right side. Clark is after it. Comes in now as the wind carries it and comes all the way back in on the skin of the infield to take it. Clark was out at right field and finally made the catch almost halfway to the infield grass. That wind is getting tougher and tougher. There's one out. The batter will be Timmy Johnson. Johnson reached on Medich's error in the first inning. Hit back to Medich in the third and grounded out to the shortstop Michael in the fifth. He is 0 for 3. Batting .245, a left-hand hitter. Milwaukee leading 1-0. Wind up by Medich and the pitch. Fastball is lined. One hop off Clark's glove. He's after it. Has it. Throws to first. He's out. Horace Clark knocked the ball down, retrieved it to his right, and got the speedy Johnson by a step. 2 outs, and Don Money the batter. Money has popped up a bunt attempt, walked, and grounded out to third. Right-hand batter. 2 outs and nobody on. Brewers lead 1-0 and the pitch. Way outside with a slow curveball, ball one. Medich has the sign, rocks back on the left foot, kicks and deals, down low. 2 balls and no strikes. Brewers leading 1-0. They have 4 hits, the Yankees have 4 hits. 2-0 pitch here to Money. Swung on, driven deep to left field. This one is way back. It is foul. In the seats, but foul. Money got around on one and pulled it deep, but just foul. 2 balls and 1 strike. Money is hitting .180. Medich delivers. This pitch is fouled away to the upper deck on the right side. And the count evens up at 2-2. 2-2 pitch coming. Just missing, a little bit high. Ball 3, 3-2. Payoff pitch will be coming down from Doc Medich. He's ready, arms high, and delivers. On the outside corner, strike 3 call. Money knew it, and Medich has picked up his 3rd strikeout. 3 up, 3 down, nothing across for Milwaukee. At the end of the top half of the 7th inning, the score, the Brewers 1 and the Yankees nothing.
Looking for somebody, kid?
Yeah. You had an ad in the paper said you needed a body mechanic?
Do you know any?
Oh, yeah, me. That's why I'm here.
You're a little young, ain't you?
I've been fixing my own car since I was 15. Look out there. See that 68 Vet?
Yeah.
I bought it a total wreck for $300. Put it back together myself, and that's my own paint job, too.
Nice job. Well, let's see. Okay, I can pay you the going rate an hour if you're fast. And I'll pay your Blue Cross, too. And you'll work from 8 to 5.
And I'll pay your Blue Cross. To get good men and to keep good men, more and more small employers are offering Blue Cross and Blue Shield protection as a fringe benefit. Why? Because Blue Cross provides coverage for hospital care the way it is today, not yesterday. And Blue Cross does the paperwork. Check it out.
Okay, kid. See you Monday morning, bright and early. Well, there's been no change on the board. Boston and Detroit still no score. They're in the fifth inning. Baltimore's already beaten Cleveland by a score of 4-1. And Kansas City leads Texas 2-0 there in the third. All right, Frank.
Ronnie Bloomberg to lead it off, Bill. He's grounded out to short and been called out on strike. And the first pitch to the Boomer, foul back to the screen. Strike one. Greg Nettles is on deck. And then Jim Ray Hart here in the bottom half of the seventh inning. Milwaukee leading 1-0. They play Bloomberg to pull. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike two. Bloomer is hitting .311. He's down on the end of the bat handle. The pump by the right-hander Colburn. The pitch is cut out, popped up foul, out of play. Headed back to the seat. Count stands 0-2. Brewers leading 1-0 here in the bottom half of inning number 7. Jim Colburn rocks over the slab and delivers, and Bloomberg fouls another one back. Out of play. This one's on the protective screen. So Bloomberg protecting the plate on 0-2. Colburn ready to toss another one. Here it comes. Low and inside this time with a fastball. A ball and 2 strikes. Bill White mentioned Colburn has spotted his pitches well. Seems to be pitching just where he wants to. He struck out only one man. He has not walked anybody. He's pitched out at 2 jams so far. Now the 1-2. Bloomberg swings and misses strike 3. Got him with a fastball and on the hand. Colburn was in a jam in the 3rd inning when Michael doubled to right field with 1 out. But he got sparked to ground out and White on a fly ball. He was in a tougher jam in the 4th when Mercer tripled with 1 out, but he blew one by Bloomberg for strike 3 and got Nettles on a ground ball. Nettles steps in now with the bases empty, 1 away, and they play him as they did Bloomberg well around to the right side. He swings and misses the inside fastball. And Colburn still challenging the Yankee left-hand hitters with the inside pitch. Wyatt delivers 0-1. Low and outside this time. And the count evens 1 ball, 1 strike to Nettles. Jim Ray Hart is on deck. The third baseman, Money, protecting the line. Big gap on the left side of the infield. Low and inside. 2 balls and a strike. The shortstop, Johnson, well over towards second. And Money protecting the line at third, leaving a big hole at short. 2-1 pitch to Nettles. Low and inside, ball 3. And now Colburn in danger of giving up his first base on balls. Nettles spreads out on the batter's box. Stands straight away. Down on the end of the bat. The windup, the 3-1 pitch to him. Over the plate, strike 2, and the count is full. Nobody on, 1 away. Yankees down by a run. The windup, 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. He fired the fastball again and had Nettles swinging. So back-to-back strikeouts, giving him 3 in the ball game. 2 outs and nobody on, and Jim Ray Hart is the batter. Hart is grounded to third and had a single off the glove of the third baseman, Money. Right-hand batter. First pitch to Jim Ray Hart. Gets the outside corner, curveball. Strike 1. Jim Ray Hart is hitting .321. Colburn working quickly, brings it again inside with a fastball. 1-1. Thurman Munson is on deck. lead 1-0 here at Yankee Stadium in the 7th inning. The windup by Colborn, the pitch. Had the plate but low, 2-1. Hart lays the bat across the shoulder, now swings it back and forth, waiting. Whips it another time. The windup, 2-1 pitch to it. Swing and a miss, strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So I think Jim Colburn has saved a little bit for the late innings of this ball game.
I was just thinking that, he struck out Bloomberg and Nettles back-to-back.
Now he's 2-2 to Hart. Fastball hit on the ground to shortstop to his left. Johnson, he's up with it, throws on to first. Hart is out on the side, is retired. 3 up, 3 down, nothing across. And Colburn is now retired the last 9 men in a row. At the end of 7, the score, Milwaukee 1, New York 0.
For a while now, we at the Getty Oil Company have been selling premium gasoline for a few cents less per gallon than most other major premiums. So you get extra gas for your money. Now I'd like to tell you how much extra gas. If you drive around 12,000 miles a year and you fill up with Getty Premium, you'll get about 75 extra gallons. Now let me tell you how much 75 extra gallons is. It's enough gas to take you about 1,000 miles. It's more gas than the average driver uses in a month. If you weighed it, it would come out to about 500 pounds. If you had to buy it, it would cost you around $30. It's enough gas to fill up the average gas tank from empty to full 4 times. It's enough gas to fill up your lawnmower, your chainsaw, your motorcycle, and maybe even your son's motorbike for a year. More gas for your money. At Getty, we think that has to be the best mileage ingredient yet.
All right, Frank Messer.
Okay, Dave May leads it off, Bill. Swing takes the first pitch for a strike. May has 2 for 3 tonight. He has 3 hits now in the series, left-hand batter. And May has driven in the only run in this ball game. Medich deals again. Breaking pitch. Cut on and missed. Strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes to Dave May. George Scott on deck, and then John Briggs. Sort of a typical Milwaukee Brewer ball game. Leading 1-0. Now the 0-2 deal. Outside. A ball and 2 strikes. This club has been involved in 13 one-run games, winning 7 and losing 6. 6 of their wins, they won the ball game in their last turn at bat. 1-2 pitch. Outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Yankees have been involved in only 3 one-run games. 2-2, the count to May. Medich whips it in. May swings and misses. Strike 3. Munson dropped it, picked it up and tagged him. 4th strikeout for Doc Medich. He's also walked 4 and allowed 4 hits. 1 down, nobody out. George Scott, the batter. He is 1 for 3. Had an infield hit. Line drive that Clark knocked down but could not play in the 5th inning. Other than that, he has grounded out to 3rd and popped up to Bloomberg at 1st. 1 out, none on. Brewers leading 1-0. Medich takes the sign for Munson. Here's the pitch. Swung on, hit in the air to deep center field. Back goes Mercer, still going back. The wind holds it up, and Bobby gets to it for out number 2. George Scott got a lot of that one. 2 down. And George Medich right now can be thankful for a good jump by Mercer and the breeze blowing in. Here's John Briggs. He's 0 for 3. First pitch to him. Down low with a breaking ball. 1-0. Briggs, left-hand batter. Now he wants the baseball looked at. Hank Morganwick, the plate umpire, calls for it, and he's going to take it out of the game. There goes $3 into the batting practice bag. Ball and no strikes to John Briggs. He swings to this one, drive deep right field. Matty Alou is after it, he's got it. Line drive that Matty Alou got to and made a cross-body backhand stab. 3 up, 3 down. Nothing across for the Brewers in the top of the 8th. And now, at the end of the top half of the 8th inning, the score is Milwaukee 1 and New York 0.
5-0 to roll.
Hi, Yankee fans. This is Bill Edwardson.
And Jack Hopke here, enjoying a show on a beautiful Quasar portable color TV by Motorola.
The Instamatic color tuning button automatically balances the color intensity, the hue, the brightness, and the contrast, and even activates the fine tuning.
And there's no waiting for your color TV enjoyment. As soon as you turn on this Motorola Quasar portable TV, the picture and sound come on immediately.
Now, these are only a few of the reasons to buy a Quasar portable color TV by Motorola.
Especially, Bill, when it can be yours for only $369.95.
By Motorola.
Motorola television products are available at Bel Air Appliance, 2627 Broadway in Schenectady, phone 370-2811. Dick Hall's TV, 257 Central Avenue in Albany, 434-0898. And Stylecraft Electric Appliance, 319 Broadway in Manans, 462-5323. And at Ralph Feathers, 284 10th Street in Troy, 271-8933.
Retired 8 in a row since giving up the infield single to Jim Ray Hart. Back in the fifth, 9 in a row since giving up that single. So one of the Yankees' hot hitters, Thurb Munson, going to try to put a little dent here as the Brewers lead the Yankees 1-0. And here's Frank Messer.
All right, Bill. Munson is 0 for 2. He's bounced back to the pitcher and popped up to the third baseman. He has a half swing bouncer right back to the mound again. And he's thrown out easily by Colborn. Munson fooled on a pitch and only a half swing and is easily thrown out 1-3. That's 10 in a row. And here's Gene Michael. Michael has hit the ball solidly twice tonight. Lined a double to right field and then lined out to the left fielder, Johnny Briggs. They play him in shallow at third, money into the cutout portion of the infield grass. Curveball is hit in the air to right field. In comes Thomas, waiting under it, and he makes the catch. Quickly, 2 men are down. And that is 11 in a row for Colburn. Here's the top of the order, Horace Clark. Thing about it, the Yanks get the meat of the batting order up again. White, Mattiello, and Mercer. 1-0 Milwaukee. Clark ducks back from a high pitch. Wasn't really that close. 1 ball and no strikes. Wind is swirling, driving dirt into the faces of the ball players. 1-0 pitch. Strike is called, 1-1. Brewers leading 1-0. They scored in the third inning. The windup, the pitch coming to Clark. He runs up to bunt, pops it up in foul ground. Here comes Porter, and the catcher grabs it to retire the side. 3 up, 3 down, nothing across. And at the end of 8, the score, Milwaukee 1, New York nothing.
Why do more than 1 million people borrow from Avco Financial Services every year? When you believe in people, the word gets around. Financial Services believes in people from Hoboken, New Jersey to Hilo, Hawaii, from Missoula, Montana to Melbourne, Australia. Over 1 million people every year with over 1 million loans for everything from appliances to x-rays. So when you come into Avco, you come into money. Because if you deserve the credit, at Avco you get it. Spread the word. Avco Financial Services.
When you believe in people.
Tomorrow here at the stadium, Mel Stottlemyre will be going after his 6th win. He'll be going against right-hander, also Billy Champion, who will be looking for his first American League win. Tomorrow night's ball game will start at 6 o'clock sharp. Normally, Yankee night games start at 7:30, but tomorrow night it will be a twilight start. It will start at 6 p.m. Get a chance to see Mel Stottlemyre against Billy Champion.
All right, we go to the 9th inning here. Ollie Brown leads off for the Brewers. Then the catcher, Darrell Porter, and Gorman Thomas. Ollie Brown, the designated hitter, a right-hand batter. He has walked, fly to right, fly to center. Medic takes the side from Munson. Young right-hander rocks, kicks, and deals. Low with a fastball, ball 1. Medich has certainly pitched well enough to win. And, of course, so has his opponent tonight, Colborne, who is leading 1-0. Each team has 4 hits. Next pitch here. In there for a strike, breaking ball. It's 1-1. These clubs meet here at 6 o'clock tomorrow. Then the Yankees leave after the ball game for Cleveland at the weekend. 1-1 pitch. Hit one hop right back to Medich. He flags it down, lobs it over to Bloomberg at first. 1 away. This is the New York Yankee Baseball Network. We pause for station identification.
Hi, this is Jack Hopke. There are sports in the afternoon at WQBK, FM, Rensselaer, even when there aren't WMC. Dave Smith is with me on my show at a quarter before each hour between 3 and 7. OTB results, stocks, and a lot of good music, too. So stop by the Jack Hopke Show, 3 to 7.
Here is Darrell Porter, the catcher. He takes a low fastball, ball 1. Porter has walked twice and flies deep to right field. Left-hand hitter, next pitch to him. Curveball is cut on and bounced foul to the first base side. 1 ball, 1 strike. Medich winds and delivers. Curve is hit deep to right field down the line, and it is a foul ball. In the seats, foul, just short of the foul ball in the right field corner. A ball and 2 strikes to Darrell Porter. Young man is hitting .203. Gorman Thomas, the right fielder, is on deck. Medich looks to Munson. The windup. And the 1-2 pitch. Fastball hit high and deep again to right center field. Way back, going. Home run for Porter. He really ripped into that one. Drove it well into the seats beyond the 344-foot marker. And that is his 3rd home run of the year. That makes it 2-0, Milwaukee. The 5th home run pitch given up by Medich this year. Here's Gorman Thomas, right-hand batter, and the pitch is in the dirt outside, ball 1. Thomas has struck out twice and grounded into a double play. He just soon not see the box score tomorrow. Medich has his side, kicks and deals. Breaking ball for a strike, 1-1. 1 out, nobody on. Brewers now leading 2-0 on the Porter home run. 1-1 pitch. Curve again, bounced foul to the left side and into the Milwaukee dugout. Breaking ball again. Strike 3 called. So for the 3rd time tonight, Thomas strikes out. And Medich has his 5th strikeout in the ballgame. 2 down, and here's the second baseman, Pedro Garcia. Garcia tonight has tripled. Grounded in front of the plate, thrown out by Munson, and popped up. He hits the first pitch on the ground as shortstop. Michael digs it up. Throws on to first base. He's out. And the side is retired. The Brewers, though, score 1 run on 1 hit. No errors and nobody left on base. So now at the end of the top half of the 9th inning, the score is Milwaukee 2 and New York 0.
Well, Baltimore beat Cleveland by a score of 4-1 earlier. Palmer the winner, Perry the loser. In the ball game in Detroit, the Red Sox 0, the Tigers 0. With the Tigers batting in the bottom of the 6th. Curtis against Jim Perry. Chicago 0, Minnesota 0 after 1. Wilbur on the mound for the White Sox. Wood won 8 ball games and lost 2. Dick Woodson on the mound for the Minnesota Twins. Kansas City 2, Texas 0 after 3.5. Oakland, California, no score yet. That ball game out on the coast. In the National League, the Mets game in Montreal was postponed because of bad weather. This afternoon, the Cardinals beat the Chicago Cubs 6-4. The Dodgers beat Cincinnati by a score of 3-1. Pittsburgh is leading Philadelphia 2-1 after 4 full innings of play. Carlton against Moose. And Atlanta and Houston, no score after 3 full innings of play. All right, here the Brewers lead the Yankees 2-0. And it's the Yankees' last chance here in the bottom of the ninth. And they'll have to do it with Roy White, Matty Lou, and Bobby Mercer. And as Frank Messer mentioned to you, this is the heart of the Yankee batting order. And they're in there now. All right, Frank.
Roy White is 0 for 3. He's batting an even 240 as he takes ball 1 low. You can hear the fans are in this game, locally anyway. The 1-0 pitch to White. Inside. 2 balls and no strikes.
One thing, these fans might be a little cool, but they're really trying to get the Yankees bats warmed up. They're making a lot of noise.
The windup by Colborn, the right-hander deals. White squares to Bonner, takes the strike. He was taking all the way. 2-1. Matty Lou on deck. Then Mercer. And the 2-1 pitch. Swung on, hit in the air to center field. Dave May moving back a couple of steps. Glove up, makes the catch, and there's 1 out. You know, the way the race is with a win tonight, the Yankees could be in first place tomorrow. By percentage points, I believe. With a loss tonight, they could be in 5th place, depending on how the other teams come out.
Hey, they're only 5 places.
Or 6th place. No, 5th place. Matty Lou swings on the first one, bounces it down the left side, foul.
There's 6. Right now, Cleveland's in 6.
Cleveland has lost. The windup, the 0-1 pitch. Slow curve hit on the ground, right side. Glove by Scott. The flip to Colburn covering. He's out. George Scott, to his right, came up with a scorching ground ball. Led Colburn perfectly with the flip to the pitcher covering. And there are 2 down. By percentage points, I believe. With a loss tonight, they could be in 5th place, depending on how the other teams come out.
Hey, they're only 5 places.
Or 6th place. No, 5th place. Matty Lou swings on the first one, bounces it down the left side, foul.
There's 6. Right now, Cleveland's in 6.
And Cleveland has lost. The windup, the 0-1 pitch. Slow curve hit on the ground, right side. Glove by Scott. The flip to Colburn covering. He's out. George Scott, to his right, came up with a scorching ground ball. Led Colburn perfectly with a flip to the pitcher covering. And there are 2 down. Here's Bobby Mercer. Bobby is 1 for 3. Had a triple back in the 4th inning. The Yankees couldn't get him in from 3rd with 1 out. Bloomberg looked at a called strike 3 and Nettles grounded out to 2nd. 2 away. Here's the pitch to Bobby. Swung on, hit deep to right field. Way back. Bye-bye, Bobby. In the bleachers. Of Darrell Porter's top half of the inning home run. The Yanks still trail by a run as Bobby hit one into the bleachers, and Bill White, who gets the APCO baseball glove.
The Youth Services Agency, the Human Resources Administration, right here in New York. So APCO will send 9 baseball gloves to the Youth Service Agency here in New York.
That was Mercer's 7th. Here's Bloomberg. Ronnie swings, slides one down the right side. It is a fair ball. Bouncing around in the corner. Gets away from the right fielder, Galvin. Bloomberg lifting to second base. He'll stop there. Bloomberg is speed gone with a leg ball. Lifts in to second base. Nick Hauser comes over now to argue a point with the first base umpire, Nestor Shylock. That ball hit out of our view. Felipe Alou will go in and run for Bloomberg at second.
It looks like Nestor Shylock might have called that ball foul, Frank. Let's see.
No, he called it fair.
He called it fair? All right, well, Felipe Alou then is going to run for Ron Bloomberg.
I really don't know what that argument could be about. Right now, Del Crandall, the Milwaukee manager, is coming out. And he may make a pitching change. These last 2 balls were well hit. Off an obviously tiring Jim Colborn. The Yankees now with a tying run at second. 2 outs, and he's going to go to his bullpen. He wants a fresh pitcher, whether it be right-handed or left-handed, to come out and work to Greg Nettles.
Well, let's see. He's got Chris Short out there. He's got Ray Newman out there. And he's got Gary Ryerson out there, all left-handers. And you would think in this situation that Del Crandall would go with a left-hander. Of course, Newman got roughed up last night by the Yankees. We haven't seen Short yet, so you might think that since Short hasn't had any work so far in this 2-game series, that it might be Chris Short. And that's who it is, my old teammate from down the Phillies. Looks like he's lost a little weight, too, Frank, since the last time we saw him.
He certainly has. He's lost quite a bit of weight since the last time we saw him out of Milwaukee. So Colborn leaves after 8 2/3 innings. The Yankees have 6 hits of Colborn, including 3 extra base jobs, a home run and a triple by Bobby Mercer, and 2 baggers by Michael and Bloomberg. And Chris Short, a left-hander, comes in here to pitch to Greg Nettles with a tying run at second. Bill, there's so much difference. We say it so many times. There's so much difference in going into the bottom half of the 9th inning behind by 2 runs rather than being behind by 1.
Oh, yeah. You'd rather go into the 9th inning.
You'd rather go in there. You'd rather not play the bottom half of the 9th if you're at home.
Yeah, we just saw there. The fastball got away from the big fella Medich. And Porter, who has a lot of power, just drove it into the seats way over that 344-foot sign. And that gave Colburn and the Brewers a little breathing room. And so that really canceled out Mercer's home run. And Bloomberg's double, by the way, runs his batting streak now to 8 games. So Ron, although not playing every day, still has been hitting the ball consistently. He has an 8-game hitting streak, but he's out of there now, and Felipe Alou is running for him down at second. Here's Greg Nettles, and here's Frank Hudson.
Chris Short has been in 5 ball games, pitched 10 innings. He has won 1 and lost none. Left-hand pitcher. Felipe Alou at second base. Nettles is 0 for 3. He has flied to left, grounded to second, and struck out. They swing the defenses around to the right side for him. Nettles is hitting 194. Short ready to work. Big stretch. Down to the belt. Looks to second. Kicks and deals. Curveball is lined to right field. It's going to be a base hit. Here comes Alou around third. And the Thomas loses the ball at right. Alou scores. The ball game is tied at 2. Thomas did not pick the ball up. It didn't make any difference as far as the run was concerned. And Nettles stayed at first base. Felipe Alou running for Bloomberg scores the tying run. And it's a 2-2 ball game. The folks are as good as the people right now as Jim Ray Hart steps in with the winning run at first base.
And a lot of those fans who had started for the exit, they're turning around now, going back to their seats.
Here comes Crandall. He wants time. I think we may see another pitcher in here. Greg Nettles has just driven in his 18th run of the year and boosted his batting average back up to 200 with a solid line drive single to right field, bringing Felipe Alou running for Bloomberg in from second base with a tying run. And Crandall is going to stay with Chris Short. Short will pitch to Jim Ray Hart.
So that might be for Greg Nettles a key to turning his at least batting average around. That was a big hit for him. If he don't get that base hit there, the ball game's over. But Nettles coming up with a big hit. Now he might get a little bit loose, more loose at the plate with the bat.
And he takes a short lead at first. Scott holding the corner of the bag, and the pitch to Hart. In there for a strike, knee high and right across. The run is charged to Colburn, so he cannot win. Of course, he cannot lose either. 2-2, we're tied up. Big stretch by Short. The look to first. And here's the pitch. Swung on, ground ball to Short. Up with it is Thompson. Johnson. He steps on second to make the play unassisted on the 4th out to retire the side. But the Yankees tied up with 2 runs on 3 hits. They leave a man on base. And we'll go into overtime at the end of 9. The score, Yankees 2 and Milwaukee 2. The White Sox lead Minnesota 1-0 at the end of 1.5. Wilbur Wood against Dick Woodson. It's Kansas City 2 and Texas 0 at the end of 4. Simpson against Siebert. Oakland and California later start. Boston and Detroit are scoreless at the end of 6. Curtis against Jim Perry. Baltimore beat Cleveland and Gaylord Perry 4-1. Palmer went all the way for his 4th win. Gaylord Perry's record is 5-5. In the National League, the Mets at Montreal postponed because of rain, snow, and otherwise bad weather. Cardinals defeated the Cubs 6-4. The Cardinals pounded out 14 base hits. The winning pitcher was Diego Segui in relief, and the loser Jack Aker in relief. Reach homered for St. Louis and Hundley for Chicago. In another afternoon game, the Dodgers defeated Cincinnati 3-1. Sutton the winner, Bourbon was the loser. In the middle of the 6th inning, Pittsburgh 2, Philadelphia 1. Carlton against Moose. And at the end of the top of the 4th inning, Atlanta 1 and Houston 0. Those are the only games scheduled. Right here, as we go to the 10th inning, Lindy McDaniel comes on to pitch for the New York Yankees, and Felipe Alou, who ran for Bloomberg and scored the tying run, will take over at first base. We're ready for the 10th inning here at Yankee Stadium, and we'll swing the microphone back in front of Bill White.
All right, Frank Mister. Tim Johnson, the shortstop, leads off against Lindy McDaniel now as we go into the top of the 10th. Johnson is hitless in the ball game. He hasn't gotten the ball out of the infield yet. First pitch to him is fouled off in the upper deck on the left side. He got on an error by the starting pitcher, George Medich, in the first. Bounced back to Medich in the third, bounces short in the 5th, and bounces second in the 7th. He's now batting at .240. Check swing is taken. He calls strike 2. McDaniel ahead. The count, no balls, 2 strikes. Yankees now with Nettles at third, Michael at short, Clark at second, and Felipe Alou at first. White, Mercer, and Matty Alou in the outfield. They're straight away. This ball's chopped back to McDaniel. He's up with it. Throws to Alou. And Johnson's out number 1 here in the 10th. The next batter will be Don Money, the third baseman. Money went hitless against Medich. Medich went 9 innings. Gave up 2 runs on 5 hits. Struck out 5 and walked 4 before giving way to Lindy McDaniel. Lindy's over the head, and the pitch to Money. Breaking ball is too high. Don Money has popped up trying to bunt. He's walked. He's bounced to third and struck out, so he's 0 for 3. The 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball gets the outside corner. It's 1-1. Listen to the fans holler. They want some big D here. They want some defense. Michael playing Money in the hole. Nettles guarding the line at third. McDaniel over the head. Fastball hit in the air, popped to right, short right field. Matty Alou is in, he's calling, still coming in. He's under and he's got it. 2 outs. Money skies to Alou in right field with the second out. Here's the tough Dave May, the center fielder. May's 2 for 4 in the ballgame with an RBI. He's bounced to Bloomberg at first, singled and drove in a run in the third, singled in the 5th, and struck out in the 8th. May batting at .276. Pitch to him is cut on and missed. A good court ball by McDaniel. 2 outs, nobody on here in the 10th. 4's all tied up. Milwaukee 2 and the Yankees 2. Here's a wind by McDaniel. The 0-1 pitch. Bounce to first. Felipe Alou backhands it, knocks it down, goes off balance. It's time. They've got him at first. Alou moving to his right, backhands the ball. Boblin picks it up, got it to McDaniel in time for the put out on base. So for the Brewers in the 10th, no runs, no hits, nobody left on base. We go into the last half of the 10th inning, and the score's all tied. The Yankees 2 and the Brewers 2 in its rating.
Why is APCO Financial Services growing so fast? When you believe in people, the word gets around.
When you believe in people, the word gets around.
largest financial service companies in the world. Every 3 seconds, we loan somebody the money to do what they want to do. 20,000 people each week, over 1 million loans a year. So when you come into ABCO, you come into money. Because if you deserve the credit, at ABCO you get it. Spread the word. ABCO Financial Service.
When you believe in people, when you believe in people, when you believe in... Here's Sir Munson leading off against Chris Short as we go into the bottom of the 10th. Short first pitch is up in the air to right field. The right fielder Thomas over there, he's under it, comes in a couple of steps, and he's got it for the first out. So Munson, first ball hitting, skies to Thomas. 1 out, here's Gene Michael, the shortstop.
So as you mentioned, that light misty rain that started falling in the top half of the inning suddenly got harder, driving a lot of folks back to shelter, but it's not hard enough to halt this ball game.
Michael swings on the first pitch, he fouls it back in the upper deck. Score's all tied up 2-2 here in the bottom of the 10th. The Yankees fighting back and picking up 2 runs in the 9th. Bobby Mercer's 7th home run, a double by Ron Bloomberg, and an RBI single by Greg Nettles. Michael is 1 for 3 in the ballgame, double to right. In the 3rd, he's lined to left and also flied to right. Short over the head, the left-hander deal. Fastball gets the outside corner, it's no balls to the strike. Brewers playing Michael straight away, and they're playing him in close. Tell you, that Jim Colbert pitched excellent baseball for the Brewers. He's got to be a little disappointed. Michael swings, it's up the middle, back down by Short. Johnson, the shortstop, can't handle it. And Michael is on at first base. Dick lined that ball up the middle. It hit Short's glove, bounced to the shortstop Johnson. He couldn't handle it. So Michael is given an infield hit off the glove of Chris Short. So Michael on at first now with 1 out. And here's Horace Clark. Clark is 1 for 4 in the ballgame. Single to left his first time up. He's also bounced to second, popped to first, and fouled out. He bats right-handed here against Short. Clark's a .211 batter hitting right-handed. The pitch to him. Down low a ball. Don Money in close at 3rd. The shortstop Johnson, second baseman Garcia playing back, looking for 2. Scott has to hold Michael there first. Well, there is a gap between the first baseman and the second baseman. The next pitch, swung on, hit foul up in the upper deck on the right side. It's 1-1. Now, Boston and Detroit have gone 7 innings in Detroit, no score yet. Oh, the Yankees fighting back, trying to win this ball game. A Yankee win. And a Tiger loss could put the Yankees in first place. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Clark. Outside, just misses. It's 2 balls and a strike. Now House backs out, takes a look down at Dick Hauser for sign. Michael also looking at Hauser. 2 balls, 1 strike on Horace Clark with 1 out. Michael with a short lead at first. Short comes set. And the pitch, there goes Michael, swung on, hit on the ground to Short. He's up, goes to first base, and they've got Clark there. Johnson started to go to second, but he saw that Michael was running with the pitch, was in there safely, changed his mind, and tossed over to Scott for the put out on Clark. So the Yankees now have the winning run at second base with 2 outs, and here's Roy White. Time is called. Now, Del Crandall wants to talk to Short. So Clark bounces out 6-3 for the second out, and on the out, Michael gets into scoring position. Now Crandall with a quick word for Short. He looks over, they're looking over at Matty Lou, who's in the on-deck circle, and I'm sure they're discussing whether or not to put Roy White on. White's 0 for 4. He's flied out 3 times, bouncing first, and they're going to walk him. They would rather pitch to Matty Lou, the left-handed hitter. There's ball 1. Will set up the force, and evidently Crandall feels that Short can handle a Lou. There's ball 2 outside. Of course, one thing this will do with the Lou up there, the Brewers will play their outfield in quite a bit, because Matty doesn't normally have that kind of power. That'll give the outfielders a better chance of throwing Michael out, just in case Matty Lou gets a base hit. There's ball 3 outside. And Roy White will go down to first base. base after this one. There's ball 4. So White is intentionally fast.
Careful.
And that's the first walk given up by Short. And the batter now is Matty Lou. Matty is hitless in the ball game, though he's hit the ball hard a couple of times. He's lined to second, fouled out, lined to right, and bounced out first baseman to the pitcher covering. Score's all tied up 2-2. The Brewers bring that outfield in shallow now. They play Matty to hit the ball the opposite field. Here's the stretch by Short. He checks Michael. The pitch. Outside a ball. Bobby Mercer's on deck. Yankees trying to pick up a come-from-behind victory over the Milwaukee Brewers. They beat the Brewers last night, and they'd like to win this one. Here's the 1-0 pitch now to Matty Lou. Popped up in foul territory on the first base side. George Scott's there, and he's got it for out number 3. Over the Yankees, they threaten, but they don't get any runs here in the 10th. No runs on a 1 hit, and 2 men left on base. At the end now of 10 innings, the Yankees 2, the Milwaukee Brewers 2.
Did you know there's a team of 53 Datsun dealers to serve you in the metropolitan area? Parts, service, and a line of Datsuns that can satisfy the need of any driver. 1,200 sedan and sport coupes, so economical that you can start your own gas war and get up to 30 miles a gallon. The 510 sedan, the National SCCA and Trans Am Champ, an economy car with a sophisticated combination of safety front disc brakes, overhead cam engine, and independent rear suspension. 610 series. Now these are truly luxury cars with an economy price. Choose from a 2-door hardtop, 4-door sedan, or 5-door wagon, all Datsun originals. The Little Hustler is the Datsun pickup truck. A half-ton pickup just like the ones that seem bigger. The difference is that the Datsun is smaller where it counts. It's easier to handle on the road or off. And most important, it's less expensive to operate and maintain. 240Z is Datsun's top of the line, a perfect combination of performance and luxury. Your metropolitan New York, New Jersey, and Fairfield County Datsun dealer is the guy who brings it all together. So back this winning team, and you'll be a winner, too. On that scoreboard, final scores again, Baltimore 4, Cleveland 1, and in the National League, Cardinals whipped the Cubs 6-4, Dodgers took the Reds 3-1, the Mets were postponed at Montreal, and Boston and Detroit are scoreless at the end of 7. Kansas City leads Texas 2-1 at the end of 5. White Sox lead the Twins 1-0 at the end of 2, Bill.
George Scott then swings on the first pitch and fouls it back. Scotty leading off of the Brewers here in the top of the 11th. He has an infield hit to show for 4 trips. He's bounced to third, fouled out, and flied to center field. Fly deep to Mercer in right center field his first time up. His 4th time up. McDaniel over the head. Pitch. Misses outside 1-1. We're all tied up to a piece here in the top of the 11th. It'll be Scott, Briggs, and Brown. That's the heart and the power in the Brewer lineup. The next pitch is outside. It's 2-1. McDaniel working quickly over the head, and the pitch to Scott. Breaking ball is hit foul in the upper deck on the right side. The count's all even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Brewers picked up single and runs in the 3rd and also the 9th. The Yankees tied the ball game up with 2 runs in their half of the 9th. A home run by Mercer and an RBI single by Greg Nettles. McDaniel's ready. Deals. A breaking ball just misses outside. It's a full count. George Scott batting at .235. 4 home runs, 15 runs batted in. Takes inside, ball 4. So McDaniel passes Scott here. And this is the New York Yankee Baseball Network. Let's pause for station identification.
This is WMCA, New York. I'm Bob Grant. Hi, Dave Smith here with an invitation to all sports fans to give me a call some night on Sports Talk. I'm here weekday nights from 7 till 9, working around the Yankees this season. Sundays, too. This is WQBK FM, Rensselaer.
McDaniel comes set. Briggs squares the bunt. He punts out in front of the plate. Munson has it. Goes to second. And they get the put out there. Munson out quickly. Firing a strike to Gene Michael. And Scott is forced. 2-6. Briggs on it first. 1 away. And here's Ollie Brown, the designated hitter. Good play by Munson.
Good play by Munson and Michael. Michael had to cross over the bag and then sort of freeze as that throw sailed just a little bit. He had to keep that foot on the bag and take the throw. And good play all the way around. Heads-up play.
All right, now McDaniel will have to keep a close eye on John Briggs as Briggs leads from first. Here's the pitch to Brown. A breaking ball misses outside. Yankees 2, Brewers 2. We're in the top half of the 11th inning. The Yankees' first overtime game so far this year. Briggs takes another step lead from first. McDaniel looks over his left shoulder at him. And the pitch to Brown. Swung on, driven to right center field. Mercer's after it. Goes Matty Alou. Alou is there. He's centered. He's got it. Briggs all the way down to second left. I'll throw back to first base. Matty Alou really stuck over there in the right center field. All that went down. I was watching Mercer. So Matty got it for out number 2, and here's Darrell Porter, the catcher. Porter's in with 2 outs. The man at first. This fellow was 1 for 2 against Medich. And that one hit, a big home run in the ninth that gave the Brewers a 2-0 lead. So Porter has power. Here's the pitch from McDaniel. Swung on and missed. I don't think he's seen too many forkballs, though, in his career. Lindy will have to keep that forkball down and away. Porter wide to right, walked twice, stolen a base, and homered. The next pitch, forkball, a check swing, taken too low. Now, wait a minute. The home plate umpire, Hank Morganweck, asked Larry McCoy. McCoy says it was a strike, so Porter went too far. The count, no balls, 2 strikes. Now, Lindy will have to keep a close eye on Briggs with the count 0-2 on his power hitter. McDaniel checks Briggs. And a pitch out. It's 1-2. Munson thinking the same thing. The count's a ball, 2 strikes on Porter. Briggs leads from first. He's checked. And he wants to go, but he doesn't go. The pitch is outside. Ball 2. It's 2-2. Briggs trying to get a walking lead and a good jump on McDaniel. But he can't time Lindy's move now. Now he walks off. McDaniel checks him. The 2-2 pitch. Swung on, line drive, base hit right field. Briggs around second. He'll go to third. Matty Alou up with the ball, gets it in quickly, and they almost get Porter diving back into first. So Porter singles to right field, moving John Briggs to third. And the batter to end now is Gorman Thomas, but he's being called back. And it looks like we might get a pinch hitter for Thomas. Thomas was working on a 9-game inning streak. He struck out 3 times and bounced into a double play. So Del Crandall's going to send up a left-handed hitter, Joe LaHoo, to bat for Gorman Thomas. Now you might think that McDaniel's forkball would be a better pitch against a left-hander than it would have against a right-handed batter. Well, let's see. Of course, Crandall's also thinking with a left-handed batter, he's got a Lou hung there at first base because Felipe has got to hold Porter there. And there will be a gap between Lou and Horace Clark, although Clark is playing back on the grass and he's playing LaHoo to pull. LaHoo's batting .094. He has no home runs. He's driven in 3 runs so far this year, and Munson wants to talk about him. He calls McDaniel in. They meet halfway. So LaHoo's in. The Brewers have runners at first and third and 2 outs here in the 11th. The score's all tied up. Yankees 2, the Brewers 2. Munson will have to be alert because that forkball will be down in the dirt, and Thurman will have to keep it in front of him. Now Lou will play behind Porter there at first. As McDaniel comes set, and the pitch. Fastball misses inside. Briggs made a false start toward the plate. Remember, Munson has that quick release, the pickoff. 1-0 pitch. Taken outside, ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. On deck is Pedro Garcia. Score's all tied up 2-2 here in the top half of the 11th inning. Brewers threatening against Lindy McDaniel. Here's the 2-0 pitch to LaHoo, down in the dirt. Ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes. Briggs with a short lead from third. Now LaHoo backs out. gets a green light here. Briggs from third. Porter from first. Malou backs up behind first. The pitch. Cold strike. Slide on the inside corner, 3-1. Lindy McDaniel working under a bit of pressure here. It's Lindy's game to win or lose so far. Doc Benich departed after pitching 9 innings. Lindy McDaniel came on in the 10th, got the side out. He's in a bit of trouble now. Here's a 3-1 pitch. Outside, ball 4, Lossy. Bases loaded. Porter goes to second. LaHood at first. John Briggs still at third. And here's Pedro Garcia, the second baseman. Garcia 1 for 4, tripled and scored in the third. Munson threw him out in the fourth. Popped the second in the seventh. And bounced to short in the ninth. He bats right-handed. Nowhere to put him. Briggs at third. Porter at second. LaHood at first with 2 outs. McDaniel stretching. The pitch. Swung on and missed. Scores all tied, 2-2. Lindy looking in at Munson. Still looking. Now he comes up. And the pitch. Swung on, popped up in the infield. Greg Nettles, the third baseman ball. Over in foul territory. He's under it. He's got it. So McDaniel pitches out of trouble for the Brewers in the 11th. No runs on 1 hit. And they leave the bases loaded. In the middle of the 11th. Scores all tied up. Yankees 2, Brewers 2. Now with 7 home runs and 25 runs batted in on the year. Big gap for him out toward the monuments in dead center field. As Briggs plays him straight away, and May, the center fielder, plays him way over in right center. And the right fielder, LaHood, plays him deep and to pull down the right field line. Short looking in. The left hand is ready, and he deals. Fastball is too low. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Now, if there's one thing that Short doesn't want to do is walk Mercer. And, of course, Chris has had control trouble in the past.
How would you grade the way your beer tastes? Would you give it an A, a B+, maybe just a C? How about the second glass, the third? Does your beer keep Yankee Stadium right now, with Mercer to lead off. Then Felipe Alou and Greg Nettles coming up here in the bottom half of the 11th inning, tied 2-2.
And Frank, the ball game in Detroit, Tony Taylor hit his second home run of the year for the Tigers in the bottom of the 8th. The Tigers still batting in the 8th, and they lead at least 1-0. The Tigers over the Boston Red Sox. Now here's Mercer against the left-handed Chris Short. Bobby is 2 for 4 in the ball game. He's tripled and homered. He's also bounced to first and flied to left center. Brewers play Mercer to pull. Chris Short pumps and deals. Breaking ball is outside. It'll be Mercer, Felipe Alou, and Greg Nettles. Mercer now with 7 home runs and 25 runs batted in on the year. Big gap for him out toward the monuments in dead center field. As Briggs plays him straight away, and May, the center fielder, plays him way over in right center, and the right fielder, LaHouse, plays him deep and to pull down the right field line. Short looking in. The left-hander's ready, and he deals. Fastball is too low. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Now, if there's one thing that Short doesn't want to do is walk Mercer, and of course Chris has had control trouble in the past. He's got a good live fastball, a big sweeping overhand curve, and a good sidearm curve to left-handers, but he does have some control problem. 2-0 pitch. Breaking ball, line, foul into the seats. It's 2-1. Well, he wasn't afraid to throw the curveball from behind.
I think Mercer was sort of looking for it, too, but he got too far in front of him.
Well, the count's 2-1 on Mercer, leading off with the Yankees here in the bottom half of the 11th inning. Scores all tied up 2-2. The Yankees have 2 runs on 8 hits. The Brewers 2 runs on 6. McDaniel and Short, now the pitchers of record. Here's a wind by Chris Short. Fastball is looped to left field. Briggs is after it. The ball is going to be foul, and it'll go into the seats. Out of play. And it's all even now. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Mercer.
That wind that had let up for a little while is blowing again, and it blew that ball completely out of reach.
The count's now 2-2 as Mercer makes a long walk back to the plate. Bobby was all the way into second base. Hey, don't forget, you can get reserve tickets in New Jersey at the AAA outlets in Oradell, Patterson, and Jersey City.
Still have just a little bit of misty rain falling, making some of the fans a little uncomfortable, but no threat to the ball game right now.
I tell you, those who stayed here are being treated to pretty good baseball. A lot of them went home. Here's a 2-2 pitch now to Mercer. Sidearm fastball is swung on and missed, struck him out. So Short dropped down, came underhanded, sidearm struck Mercer out, so there's 1 away. Here's Felipe Alou. Felipe got into the ball game to pinch run for Ron Blomberg, who had doubled with 2 outs after Mercer's home run, and Alou scored on a single by Greg Nettles. So Felipe is in for his first trip, and he looks at a pitch that's too low. Blomberg, of course, bothered by the pulled hamstring. Now Short's ready. And the pitch. Swung on it, foul. Straight back, it's 1-1. Of course, in this situation, Alou probably would have batted anyway. Against the left-hander Short. Oh, Felipe batting at 2.67. He has 1 home run. He's driven in 9 runs. They play him straight away. Briggs gives him a lot of the left field line. Money, the third baseman, guards the line. Short's ready. The pitch. Swung on, fouled off on the left side in the upper deck. 1-2. Ball went up in the upper deck, came down, and a kid in the first row down on the other side of the Brewer dugout grabbed it. Oh, he came prepared with a glove. He got a souvenir. The count now, ball and 2 strikes on Felipe Alou with 1 out here in the bottom of the 11th. Nobody on base. The Yankees and Brewers locked up in a 2-2 tie. Short looking in. Now the lefty's ready. The pitch. Swung on, line drive, left field. That's going to be a base hit. Briggs has it. It gets through him. Felipe around first. Alou around second. Alou to third. And he's going to be held away. A Lou at third. Here comes Del Brandel. So give Felipe Lou a single, a key single. Briggs charging the ball. The ball got through him, went all the way out to the wall, and Felipe, really hustling, ended up at third base. That's the first error of the ball game for the Brewers, and a big one, because it could mean the ball game. Now the Brewers will bring the infield in. Let's see what they're going to do with Nettles. Now they have the option. They can load the bases up and try to get a force anywhere, or they can try to get Nettles out. Now Nettles singled and drove in the tying run against Short his first time up. They're going to pitch to Gregg. Here's the pitch. Swung on to the deep to right field. This ball game's going to be over. It's way out, way home run. Gregg Nettles makes sure it's over. So the Yankees win 4-2. Felipe Lou scores. Look at that whole Yankee ball club out there. They're going to greet Nettles. For Nettles, home run number 6. And he now has 20 runs batted in. And the final score, the Yankees 4, Brewers, and the Milwaukee Brewers 2. Frank Messer has a rundown for you.
Okay, Bill, you just wrapped it up right there. Gregg Nettles with a big home run to win the ball game for the Yankees. He hit that ball, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that ball game also went into the bleachers. If not, it was awfully close to it, just about the same spot that Mercer's home run went out in the 9th inning when the Yankees tied the ball game up. And for that home run by Gregg Nettles, our friends at AFCO Financial Services will be sending 9 of those fine baseball gloves to the Parkchester Little League in the Bronx, New York. So, you know, you have second thoughts on a ball game if you're a manager or a pitcher, and the Brewers will have second thoughts on that. In pitching to Gregg Nettles, not only got the run in, but knocked the ball completely out of here for a home run to win it for the Yankees 4-2. The Yankees, now listen to this. If the Tigers lose, and Boston's got to score in the 9th inning to beat Detroit, Detroit is leading 1-0. But if the Tigers should lose, the Yankees could move into first place. But that's a big if, because the Tigers are leading Boston 1-0 at the end of 8. The totals on this ball game for the Yankees: 4 runs on 10 hits, they committed 1 error. Milwaukee 2 runs, 6 hits, they committed 1 error. Lindy McDaniel, the winning pitcher, his record is 2-1, and Chris Short, the loser, 1-1. In case you joined us late, you heard how the Yankees won it. Here's how they tied it up. In the 9th inning with 2 outs, Bobby Mercer, 2 outs and the Yankees trailing 2-0. Bobby Mercer homered into the bleachers in right field. Ronnie Bloomberg then doubled to right field. Bloomberg, with a pulled hamstring, limped into second base, and Felipe Lou went in to run for him. Chris Short came on to pitch for the Milwaukee Brewers, and Gregg Nettles promptly lined a base hit to right field, scoring Felipe Lou with the tying run of the ball game. Now in the 11th inning with 1 out, Felipe Lou got the base hit to left and kept on going to third when Briggs let the ball get through him. And the Brewers had not learned about Nettles in the 9th. They pitched to him again, and Nettles hit a home run long into the bleachers in right field to win it 4-2. Tomorrow night at 6 o'clock, the Yankees send Mel Stottlemyre out against another right-hander, Bill Champion. We hope you'll be out here for that game, which winds up the Yankee homestand. Again, we say the Yankees, if Detroit loses, could move into first place. But that's the story on the ball game here tonight. Once again, the final score was New York 4 and Milwaukee 2. Now this is Frank Messer speaking for Bill White and Phil Rizzuto. For our producer and statistician, Bill Kane, and for our engineer, Hal Brown, saying so long from Yankee Stadium in New York. Tonight's Yankee broadcast has been brought to you from Yankee Stadium by AFCO Financial Services, who remind you that at AFCO it's our business to lend money to people. What you do with your money is your business. And by the Schaefer Brewing Company of New York. Remember, Schaefer is the one beer to have when you're having more than one. And by Getty Premium, the company that gives you more gas for your money so that you get more miles for your money. And by the winning team of 53 Metropolitan New York, New Jersey, and Fairfield County Datsun dealers, inviting you to test drive a Datsun.
By Motorola, the makers of Quasar.